everybody, this is Sindhu Surapaneni, a young creative artist from imaginations to creation, and today I'll be teaching you how to make a very simple, easy Lord Ganesha painting. It's an acrylic painting. Before I start, I'd like to thank the Telugu Association of North America and all of its leadership, especially Jay Telluri, the president, and the New Jersey Regional Vice President, Raja Kasakirti, for this collaboration with me. The materials we'll be needing for this, obviously a canvas. I'm using just a regular standard size. You'll also be needing a pencil and an eraser, just in case to fix anything. You'll be needing some paints, and for this one, the background color I will be using is a little bit of white, purple, and blue, and then I'll be using some yellow for the outline of Lord Ganesha. And you'll also be needing some paint brushes. I have a thick flat brush and a thin brush. It's not like super thin. And I also have some water to clean out my brushes once I need them to be cleaned. I also recommend to have something underneath your canvas so it doesn't get on your surface. Like you can use some newspaper, any old newspaper, or anything like that. So let's get started. So we are going to be doing this in 3 simple steps. The first step is to paint our background color and let it dry. And then we are going to draw Lord Ganesha's outline onto our canvas. If you'd like, you can practice it on paper. And I will be using either pencil or chalk, whichever one shows up better on the camera for you guys to see better. And then lastly, after that, the third step is that we're going to get our paintbrush, our smaller one. We're going to paint over the outline with whatever color we would like to paint it with. All right, so let's move on. So we're first going to start off by painting the background. And you'll also be needing a paint plate or a palette. So make sure you have that. And then you can mix some colors together to get your color, or you can just use a color that you already have. But you can just use whatever you have, and you don't need to mix colors, but I will. And real quick, before we start, I would like to chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And if you'd like to, you can do it along with me. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Okay. So for this, I'm just going to mix some colors together for my background color, but you can use just a regular color like I was saying, but I'm going to do some blues for my background color with like some purple in it. So I'm just gonna squirt a little bit of paint. A little bit of purple here. And then I'm gonna mix them together. So I'm going to use a paintbrush to mix it, but this is a paintbrush I will not be using for painting. This is just for my mixing. So now I have a color like this, and I am actually gonna go ahead and I am going to add in some like light purple, like kind of like a magenta-ish color, because this still kind of looks like a blue and I need more paint for my background still. First, I'm gonna add in some more purple. All right. So now I can paint onto my canvas. And if you ever want your color lighter, then you can always add some white. All right, let's get started. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get a bigger paintbrush,
and I'm gonna get like a thick flat one, and I'm gonna just dip it in some water. And I'm not like going to like make it as much water as watercolor. You just want it to be slightly damp. You don't want it to be very much. So I'm just gonna paint on it. Like this. And one of my tips is to go back and forth with the same strokes. So I'm just gonna go through and do this. And once you are done with getting your entire canvas filled or whatever you're using, then you can tell me in the comments if you've got it until there, and that will let me know that you do. All right, so you may need to add some more paint. To get it the correct color. It may take some time, but you want it to, if you don't have enough color, then you want to make some more, because I still have the edges too. But if you only have a little bit left, if you only have a little bit more to do, then you could wet your brush a little bit, put some wet onto what you're doing, and then it'll make it more like spreading the color all throughout. So to paint the sides, I just kind of lift up my canvas like this. And you don't need a lot of paint, but you're just gonna go back and forth with it. It doesn't need to be like super neat either, as long as there's color there, because it's not like it's gonna be seen very much, but as long as there's color there, it'll look good. So everyone let me know once you're done. And also once you're done, it needs to dry, so we still need to wait, so just be patient. Keep in mind, if we use the black, we're going to be having to like use pencil on top of the canvas, so just keep in mind of that you do it like if you're using black, then you can get like a white oil pastel or something to draw it with, but just keep that in mind. So I'm gonna now paint the top. And I'm about done here. So So it needs to dry anyway, so for those of you that are done, just be patient. So everyone let me know in the comments once you're done. Okay, so it looks like most of you are done. So let it dry and then we'll be ready to move on. Okay, so I'm going to now let mine dry. And once you're done, make sure to wet your brush and make sure that it doesn't have any whatever color you're using on it. And you can just wipe it off with your paper towel. You won't most likely be needing this later, but just wipe it off, because if you leave paint on it, then it's gonna harden and it's not going to be like, it's not gonna be very much usable for your paint brush again. Okay, so we're gonna give this like 5 minutes to dry and then we'll get back.
Choose a plan and connect your live sessions. Welcome to Tutor Roars, education through online platform made simple at Tutor Roars. AP Physics, AP Chemistry, Artificial Intelligence and Mathematics. SAT, ACT college entrance exams start early at a young age and know your possibilities for best universities. At Tutor Roars, we teach students how to score. Join Tutor Roars now.
So while we're waiting, how many of you guys know the Ganesha story? For those of you who do know it, does anyone know what a moral we can take home from the story is? Or something good we can take home from the story? Okay, those are some good morals. But I'll be telling you one of them. So persistence and courage made Ganesha the leader of all beings, earning him the foremost position among all gods. And because he was persistent and he never gave up. And Ganesha's story teaches us that we need to be true to our duties. We should not fear powerful obstacles in our path, just like he didn't. Ganesha obeyed his mom and has done his duty, just like we all should do that too. If we value the trust placed in us and perform our duties wholeheartedly, we will be rewarded with the respect and love that we deserve. So that's one of the morals that we can take home from the story. So we'll just wait a moment, but meanwhile, you can pick out your colors and you can mix together your colors for your next part of it. You can test out your colors and see what color you'd like to use meanwhile. And make sure to only type stuff in the chat that's relevant to what we're doing. If you have questions, preferably, but if you have a comment about what we're doing, then you can also say that. But make sure it's relevant to what we are doing. All right. For those of you that is dry, I think mine's about dried now. For those of you who are dry, then you can pick out your colors and you can do a contrast color or you can do a lighter or darker shade of the same color. But keep in mind that lighter will not always work, but it will in some cases. And now we can move on to the next step. So most of yours should be dry now. Mine's all dried. And for this, we are first going to be drawing out our Ganesha. So I'm going to be using pencil. If yours isn't dry, then you can get another piece of paper and just draw on another piece of paper, and then you'd know how to do it for when it is dry, because I think we have to move on because it's been a lot of time. We are just going to start off with like a 2 sort of shape. It's not quite a 2, but it's pretty similar. I'll just wait a moment for everyone to have all theirs ready. So we're just going to start off with like a 2 shape, like I was saying. And you want this about in the middle of your canvas, maybe a little bit more towards the right. But I'm just going to start off like right about here. I'm going to draw pretty dark so you guys can see it. And I'm just going to make like a 2 shape. It's going to come down like this. Oh, kind of like a question mark maybe. And then come back up and in. It kind of looks like a swan or some sort of animal. Like that. And also if your hand is raised, I can't quite call on you because it's not quite letting me. So if you like to, then you can just type your questions in the chat and make sure what you're typing is relevant to what we're doing so it doesn't take away time and it doesn't make it a distraction. So now from here, we're going to draw 3 little curved lines. So for this, I am just going to make one line that comes right over here. Like that. Then one from over here, but going a little bit wider towards this way. And then one more over here. So hopefully you can see that. I can't quite draw darker because this is the darkest I can get. The lines are a little bit hard to see the details in it, but I don't have any details right now. But if it helps you, then you can look at this one. It's a little bit hard to see it with the camera and because my background color is a little bit darker. But if you really can't see it, then let me know. So it looks like you can't see it. It's the darkest it can get. I can try doing it with like some chalk. Is that better? All right. So this is what we did so far. So is the chalk better or is the pencil better? I can't go like super dark with the pencil because if I push too hard, then that won't be good. So the chalk looks really like kind of like thick and stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it with pencil first and then go over with chalk so I don't actually make the lines like too thick or anything. But we are first going to be starting off with a like opposite S. So like not an S shape like this way, but like an opposite way. All right, so right here, I'm going to go ahead and make an S shape like this. Just carve it in like that, and I'll repeat it with chalk. And remember to only say things that are relevant to what we are doing, otherwise I'll disable the chat. So the only reason I have the chat up is for questions because I can't like have everyone talking because I won't know what they're saying. So the reason the chat is there for questions, so if you don't have any questions, then please don't say anything. And even if it's not a question, but something relevant to this, then that's fine. All right. So for the next step, we can go ahead and make little curves here. 1, 2. Like that. And like that. So you guys please don't do it with chalk because it might mess up your paint colors. So don't do it with chalk, but I'm doing it with my pencil first and then the chalk. So it looks like some of you want me to slow down and wait, so I'll just wait a moment here. But we need to get started moving on to the next step because we don't have a lot of time left. We have like about 15 minutes. And with all the distractions from the chat and everything, we may have to go overtime. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do what we're doing here. And I'm just gonna go like what we're doing. And then if you guys need me to, I'll repeat some steps in another piece of paper. We're just going to go ahead and draw the eye. So I'm first gonna start off with like an eyebrow sort of thing. So I'm just gonna make a little curve like this. I'm gonna make the same curve and make a little circle in it. I'll repeat that with the chalk. A curve, another curve, and then a circle. So now from here, if you want, you can make the eye going upwards a little bit. But now from here, I am just going to go ahead and right here, make a line like this, curve it in, connect it, and then make another curve and connect it in like that. And I'm actually going to bring it a little bit further out. Like that. And I'll repeat the chalk again. So it's a little bit hard to see. I'll just do it on a piece of paper. But we just made a curve like this and then curved it in and then curved it like this again. That's what we did. The chalk is thick, so it's a little bit hard to see with it. We are just going to go ahead and make a curve that comes in here like this and then bring it back up like a 3 shape. Like that. And then up over here, I'm just going to make a shape like this that just comes in. And it's going to be kind of like a question mark, but not quite. And then on this side, we're going to curve it in like this and curve it back out like an opposite way of a question mark. Like that. And these are the ears, by the way, this one and this one. So I'm just going to do this real quick and then repeat it on just paper because I think that's going to work better. So I'm just going to start repeating on paper. Okay, so we first started off with the 2 shape. I'm just going to do this real quick. We did 1, 2, 3. And then we brought it in with like an S, like a backwards S shape. And then we made 1, 2. We made the eye like that. And then we made like a little curve over here that came in. Then we made like a 3 shape. And then we made that curvy shape over here. from here, we are just going to go ahead and make like a G shape. Like this, and it curves in like a G. So now from here, we are just going to go ahead and make a little like U shape. And then a circle inside of it. You can go ahead and fill it in. So everyone let me know if you've got everything until here so I know to move on. All right, so real quick, I'm just going to do this because I forgot this step over here. We're going to go ahead, like right here, and make like a question mark shape. Like this. And this is going to be his legs. And also, we just have one more step left to do on here. And if you need any parts repeated, then you can let me know. You're going to go ahead and make a kind of like a C shape kind of. And we're going to start from over here and bring it in like that. I'll wait a moment here for everyone to get done with this. So this is the arm, like this 3 shape. These are his legs. These are his ears. This is his trunk. And this is his eyes. And all sorts of things like that. And this is its tusk. His tusk. So now I'll just show you how to make it look how we're going for. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make this thicker, but once we get to the ends, we wanna make it thin. And you don't have to fill it in, but if you're using a light color, do not fill it in. Otherwise it'll, you'll be able to see the pencil underneath. And then we're gonna do that to every single line. So if you'd like to, you can go ahead and do this with pencil. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and do it with the paint. Like this. All right. So now I got this all in, and this is how it's supposed to look. All right. So I'll wait a moment here for everyone to get all this in. And everyone let me know in the chat if you got everything done. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this. Yeah, I'll wait a moment for everyone to be done. Keep in mind you don't need to go in perfecting it because not going to really matter because you're gonna use some like paint on top of it, so it's not gonna really be worth perfecting it right now. I'm probably gonna use some yellow for it, but first I'm gonna put a layer of white underneath. So you guys don't have to do this, but this is something that I'm going to do. Like I did 2 layers on this one. but you obviously don't have to. So I'm just going to go ahead, and you barely need any white, so you don't even need to squirt it out. You can just get some from your bottle or whatever you're using. I just have a very little bit. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. I'm just gonna just dip a little bit of paint in it. And go all throughout. Like that. And if you use chalk, then you want to cover up the chalk too, the best you can. So I may just leave this all white due to time, but if you would like to, then you can go over with another color. You want to be very careful while doing this. And I'm not even using a skinny paintbrush, so keep in mind that you don't need a skinny paintbrush either. And I'm using just like a regular paintbrush to show you that you can do it with whatever you have. And you need persistence in order to make beautiful art. All right. So now, from here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this G shape. Like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do it over here. Like that. And I can go ahead and fill that in. And then gonna go ahead and do this ohm, which is a 3 shape. Like that. And then the leg over here, which was like a question mark shape. Just gonna go through here. I'm actually gonna bring this in like that. Then we have this. Then we have these. Three lines. Then we have this over here. Like that. As you can see, I still have paint left and I only put like a little dot of it. So you really don't need a lot. All right. So now from here, we are going to go ahead make a little curve like this. And another one over here. Like that. And fill this in. And there we go, we're all done. So it looks like a little bit like a light yellow, and I still have some paint left too. Looks a little bit like a light yellow because I have the chalk underneath, but otherwise it is good. So everyone let me know in the chat once they've got theirs done too. If you'd like to, then you can go over it with another color like a yellow. Since we have more time, I may do that. So again, I'm just gonna use a very little bit. And the reason I did white is for the bottom color underneath and then for the yellow on top. And also because so the chalk wouldn't like mess up, I also did it for that. I am just going to go ahead and do it with my yellow. I'm gonna go through here. And also, if you are done with yours, because it looks like some of you are, then you can leave, but before you do, I would like you to post, well, I would like you to know that you can post your pictures of your drawings and stuff on my Facebook page, which is Imagination to Creation, or you can send them to me on Messenger, because I really like to see how they turned out. And my Facebook page is I2C Sindhu/Facebook.com. Or Facebook.com/I2C Sindhu. And my Facebook page's name is Imaginations to Creation. All right. So you don't need to quite wait for it to dry, but you can. All right. So I'm about done here. And before you leave, I'm almost done here, but I'd like to see everyone's real quick. So if you'd like to, then please wait a moment. All right. So I am now done. And now the yellow is really bright on this purple and it stands out. And for the eye, if you'd like to, you can just add some like little dots here for like the reflection. Like that. You can barely see it, but that's all right. You can also sign your artwork at the bottom over here, but I'm not going to. All right, so now can I please see everyone's drawings and their paintings? So if you'd like to, then please hold it up so I can see them. All right. They all look really good. I like how everyone's turned out. They look amazing. Hi. Thank you all for coming. I really hope you enjoyed because I really enjoyed teaching this all to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was so fun. My brother also joined a little bit.
Thank you all for coming.
That was a great
Thank you
session.
for
Really
teaching
good.
us. Bye. It was amazing.
Bye.
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 What time did the class
Go show Sandra your thing.
Thank you all for coming, and I really hope you enjoyed because I really enjoyed teaching this to all of you guys.
Thank you.
All of yours looks amazing. I love how all of your Ganeshas turned out. I love all your color combinations. They all look amazing. I'm really proud of you for all of you staying and following along this entire time and having all your patience here because I love all of your paintings and they look amazing.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
What time did this class start?
Did someone say something? I couldn't hear you if you said something.
What time does this class start again?
So this class started at 1 o'clock PST, so it'd be 3 o'clock EST. Sorry, 4 o'clock EST.
If it was 4 class EST, then never mind. Thank you.
All right. Go. So if you have any questions,
Who's in the house?
if you have any questions, then please let me know. Otherwise, you are free to go.
Bye. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Thank you. You're a great teacher. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. We're really good.
Thank you.
When's the next class?
So the next class is going to be next Friday.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Next class gonna be at the same time?
Friday, is it still 4 to 5 or is it?
So for EST,
My picture.
it's 4 to 5:30.
It's what I do.
I love it. Looks amazing. All right. So if anyone has any other questions, then you can tell me or we're free to go. So for some of yours, like the light is blocking the painting. Wow, they all look amazing. I really like how they all turned out. I like your color combinations and everything.
Is my video starting or what? Wait,
Um,
can you see anything?
no.
Well, okay.
Wait, can I?
Huh?
I joined late, so I just did it on paper so I can do it on the Canvas.
So can I say something?
And I'll also put it on my Facebook group if, like the recording on this, if you would like it to be there. All right, any other questions? Otherwise, you're free to go. So my Facebook page is called Imaginations to Creation. Or it's www.facebook.com/I2C Sindhu. Anyone has any other questions, then you can let me know. Otherwise, we are free to go.
Thank you, bye.
Question.
Yeah.
What are we doing next class?
So next class, what we'll be doing will be posted, and we'll be having more classes, and I'll post what we're doing later today.
What are we doing next?
Could we put a message on WhatsApp?
What are we doing next class? What are we doing next class again?
So I'll post it, but I'll just let you know right now. It's a pencil sketch of like namaste hands.
What are we doing next class again?
Hold on a sec. So basically, next class we're going to be doing a pencil sketch with hands like in Namaste or Namaskar, and that's what we'll be doing. We'll be drawing that as a pencil sketch. Any other questions? I heard someone had a question about like WhatsApp or something like that.
Yeah, so if we want the recording, could we message on WhatsApp in the group?
Well, I would prefer it to be on my Facebook page. But I don't think you can even do it on WhatsApp. I think only the admins can.
Sindhu, I will open up the WhatsApp group also so that their parents can post in WhatsApp group, and also they can post it on your Facebook. So both are.
Okay, thank you.
I'll open up both the groups, the 8+ years and 11+ years group for the parents to post the kids' drawings.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other questions, or are we free to go? All right then. Well, thank you all for coming. I really enjoyed teaching it to you. I really hope you enjoyed learning it.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Bye.